Hi everybody, welcome back to my little kitchen, and today we're going to be making a special dinner. It is our Christmas dinner, so we're celebrating the birth of Jesus. And so today I'm going to prepare a beef tenderloin, which always makes me nervous. I think this is maybe my third time to make one, but I'm going to show you how I prepare that. So this was $16.99 a pound. Last year I think I paid $11.99 a pound, so they're quite a bit more expensive this year, but it is a wonderful treat. And you can get your butcher to do all this, but then it's probably going to cost you twice as much. So I kind of think it's fun. We're going to get all this extra fat off of it, and then we are going to get it all seasoned up. But it's kind of fun. You want to use a nice knife, and there's a silver skin on it, and sometimes it just pulls right off. But I only do this about once a year, so I feel like I have to, some of it just pulls right off like that. So, and then you can get down to the silver skin once you pull off this little fat part here. And I took it out of the bag, and I did rinse it off a little bit and just dried it off. Get up underneath it. And it seems like each one is a little different in how they look the same, and a lot of times I don't see the chain meat on this one. But you see, you just want to get all this fat off. Make it pretty. This is my husband's fillet knife. It isn't dirty. I don't know what that is, but it is very, here we go. It is very sharp. Now that's coming off nicely. Look at all that beautiful, beautiful meat there. I'm just going to take some time. Now see here, you can tell the difference. This is that silver skin, and you definitely want to get that off because it is not good to eat at all. So you can kind of pull it back, and sometimes you can grab a hold of it and it just pulls off. Sometimes I use a paper towel to get a hold of it. That didn't have a good, but you want to get all that off. I have done ones where I have been able to grab a hold of all that and it all come off at one time. So this one isn't going to be that way. Maybe it's something I'm doing wrong because I haven't done one in a while. Just like all fat. I think this is the chain meat I was talking about. See, you can kind of find that. This one was kind of harder to see, but you're going to take all that off too, and you can save that for like chicken kebabs or chicken kebabs, listen to me, beef kebabs or a stew, or you can, if you have a meat grinder, it makes wonderful hamburger. But see how that kind of just releases from there. You find it, and a lot of times it's just so easy. It just kind of comes right apart there. And I guess in restaurants, when you cook this whole beef tenderloin, it's called a Chateaubriand. which is fancy. Sounds fancy. But yeah, this is all the chain meat here. Get that to release. Now I definitely can see it. There we go. But I will clean that up later and put it in the freezer, and we can grind that for hamburgers. I think that's how it's best used, but we've used it for beef kebabs before. So now it's starting to come together. Still have some more silver skin to work on. So I pretty much have my tenderloin all trimmed up. These little pieces of fat here I think are just no silver skin there. But now I'm just going to kind of put a little olive oil. I did cut the very little end off. It's very small down there, and added it to my bag that you could use for your ground beef. And I'm just going to put a little olive oil here and get that all worked around the meat here. And you can cut this little roast off too, but I'm going to leave it on because that way we have plenty and we can eat it tomorrow for leftovers. And I'm just going to rub that all down real good. This one was a little harder to kind of get all trimmed up. In my experience, it's been a little easier. I'm going to use some Himalayan salt. Okay. Just going to flip that over. Pick up all that seasoning here. Some more salt, some more black pepper, let's just go ahead with a little nature seasoning too. Okay, now I think what I'm going to do here, and I know normally people tie it and all that, but I'm not fancy like that. And I think every year I've done it, it turns out really nice. I'm going to flip that over just because it's kind of small on the end there, and that way maybe it all will cook evenly. That is a nice big roast. Actually, I could feed more than 4 or 5 people for sure. And I'm just going to kind of wrap this around it. And that'll add a lot of good flavor. And I've never done this before, so we'll see. But I think it'll serve the same purpose as rubbing it down with the bacon fat. And I'm probably going to start out cooking this at 450 for about 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, and then turn it down for the second half of it. Because we want it to be nice and pink in the middle. Not rare, but I probably like a medium. You can't, of course, if you overcook it, you overcook it. You're done. So it's better to kind of cook it a little too less. You can always cook it a little more. So I'm just going to stick this in the refrigerator and then pull it out about 30 minutes before I get ready to put it in the oven and let it kind of get to room temperature a little bit, and it'll be delicious, I hope. So I've got my oven preheated to 450 degrees, and I'm gonna put my beef tenderloin in the oven for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to turn the temperature down to like 350. It's perfect. Medium cooked. Christmas dinner turned out beautiful. You can see it. And I'm just going to try a little piece of my lobster tail. It's very good. And here's a yummy piece of my fillet. It melts in your mouth. Well, I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.